State of shock. I have done a lot of work on these files since I got them. When I received them, they were all completely out of sync. And even with the work I've done, there continues to be, to my ears, subtle pitch and timing problems with the instrumentals, with the instrumental tracks. And but I'm really excited because what we get to hear detail-wise, both from the instruments and the vocals, is absolutely incredible. And there's something very specific that I want to point out with the interaction concerning the vocals in a little bit. But let's dive into the music a little first, and we'll get to the vocals. Building around the classic guitar sound. Clean, doubled left and right. Adding in some snare layers here. Yeah. Claps. And this is so cool because old recordings, intonation, right? Like real instruments. Sharp. It's a real guitar with not perfect intonation. I love it. We jump to the end here and hear the ending guitar. There's a whole tone that develops when you have all these different guitar sounds and percussive sounds filling their place in the mix. And this is one of the things that's so great that we kind of miss with more digitally produced and digitally generated sounds is the overlap, but still unique space that each instrument has in terms of feel, but also in terms of frequency. Because it's approximate and not as exact as in the digital space, it's warmer, it's more human, and it feels more visceral and like you can touch it. I mean, listen to this. Listen to all the different textures happening here. It's because of the imperfections present. Love it. Okay, now we've got lots of multi-track vocals. Not talking about stems or combined submixes. Look at this. Lots of fun. And what I'd love for you to keep in mind as we listen through here are the contrasts in vocal timbre and approach. For anybody wanting to sing or even just appreciate great vocalists, the vocals you hear are coming from two different approaches and yield very different sounds. Yes, the voices are different in terms of just how they exist in each body, but it's the approach that each vocalist takes that ultimately creates the role that it has. Not to mention all the wonderful Michael Jackson isms that come out that you can't really hear as well unless they're by themselves. So we have these tracks, the Mick lead double, and then we have lots of Michael, woo vox, I've got all sorts of stuff here. The difference between the Mick tracks and the Michael tracks, that's what I'm hoping you'll take special note of along with me.
Yeah, come on, baby. Ow! Gotta be mine.
Yeah.
'Cause you're so fine. I like your style. It makes me wild.
So good.
You give it to me good. Just like you know you should. You get me on my knees. Please, baby, please. Listen.
All right. So notice how loose everything is. There's not precise cutoffs, although they're together. There's a groove that is created by approximation. Now, again, very hard to get when everything is like placed and edited so meticulously and pitch corrected and all that stuff. We don't have that here. We have them sliding off at different times, grounding in a lower, more subdued voice, but being very energetic in certain parts of the phrases.
Gotta be mine.
But even when we just take this particular one right here, here's Michael's high.
Gotta be mine.
He's cracking up in, that's an ugly voice crack.
Gotta be mine.
God! That's the note he's going for, and he cracks.
Gotta be mine.
We don't care though, do we? Now here's Michael's low.
Gotta be mine.
Ugh, that grit. It's wonderful. Now, listen to Mick.
Gotta be mine.
Okay, now you might just say, oh, Mick has the lower voice, and Michael has the higher voice, and that's why they sound different, and you'd be tempted to stop there. And I will say that that's part of it. But as these tracks develop, and as you listen to these two approaches, there's something much less obvious and more profound going on.
Gotta be mine.
Listen to how he's singing up to the note. There's a reach to it. Gotta be mine! Gotta be mine! I'm really exaggerating it, but grounded down here, not just because he has a lower voice, but because of his technique.
Gotta be mine.
Sounds great. It has great grit and everything. Now listen to Michael.
Gotta be mine.
Michael's landing on the top. So I've got somewhere in the middle in terms of vocal timbre between these two vocalists. Gotta be mine! When I go from down low up and reach up to those notes, committing to my chest voice, then using compression at the top, which is what we hear in the Mick track. Gotta be mine! There's this strain and in my voice kind of an awkwardness. Clearly they've made it work. If I think down on the notes, think thin first. Gotta be mine. Head voice first. Gotta be mine. And then once I've got those notes, bring my chest voice into it while still relying on a head voice posture. Gotta be mine. Let my voice crack a little bit as I'm finding the balance. Hear what's happening? I'm creating this thinner, freer sound that's not gotta be mine. Yeah, all right, okay. Not, all right, okay. Michael is mixing, even though he has a higher voice, so he can land on these notes. Yeah, and have it be this aggressive yet lighter sounding voice. Just Mick in this section.
Gotta be mine. 'Cause you're so fine.
Again, sounds great.
I like your style.
Style!
It makes me wild.
Over to Michael.
You take it to me good. Just like you know you should. Get me on my knees. Please, baby, please.
And you obviously hear the top end. You hear the whole stack.
Please, baby, please. Listen. You look so great every time I see your face. You put me in a state.
It's so playful and awesome.
State.
That's coming from Michael. So we know that he can get.
A state of shock.
Love it. State of shock.
A state of shock. We're doing it. You're doing it. Come on, baby.
Come on, baby. Come on. There's a yes, there's a compression, but there's a lightness to it. It's not just the voice type. And these different approaches, these ways to feel out your voice and interact with it, they are all learned. Even though your voice is going to sound different than anybody else's, it will sound cooler and more exploratory and creative. If you'd like help doing this, pulling from voices that inspire you, playfully experimenting with what's possible with your voice, and discovering new things about it, click the link below in the pinned comment or video description and join my free singing course. I'll help you learn a whole new way of interacting with your voice that presents all sorts of possibilities.
Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
I like it.
Come on, let me in.
You put me on my knees. Please, baby, please. Please, baby, please. I know you like to tease. Please, baby, please.
All the clapping and just motion.
Give it to me good.
And just stuff like this. Listen to how not out of groove, but just different everything is. They're just swinging and clapping and dancing and recording this in a way that is rehearsed and tight, but not sterilized because of the pursuit of perfection.
You give it to me good. Like you know you should.
And I think another thing that's interesting too is you hear Michael's right here.
Like you know you should.
We only have the da happening on this track.
Like you know you should. Like you know you should.
Isn't that interesting?
Like you know you should. I love the way you walk.
Walk! Oh, I love stuff like that.
I love the way you walk. Talk, baby, talk. Listen. You look so great every time I see your face. You put me in a state. A state of shock.
Just a beautiful handoff to different vocal timbres and textures there. Just beautiful.
You look so great every time I see your face. You put me in a state.
Listen to just these.
She looks so great every time I see her face. She put me in a state.
Interesting EQ too that's happening there. It's kind of this cupped.
She looks so great every time I see her face.
Not in that track though.
She looks so great every time I see her face. She put me in a state.
State!
You look so great every time I see your face.
Interesting that every is not sung by Michael.
Every time I see your face.
Tom! Now, it's interesting when you hear Michael crack, sometimes this crack, it aids in his distortion, especially with these layers.
Talk, baby, talk.
That's a like a finer distortion there.
I love the way you walk. Like you know you should.
Right there, where it does sound like he's pulling his chest up, and that's causing...
Like you know you should.
Like you know you should! I'm really exaggerating that, but by pulling your chest too much up into that, what would normally be a head voice or mixed voice space, you get a pretty egregious sounding crack.
Like you know you should.
Like you know you should! So if you can keep it light the whole time, yeah, you like you know you should! That's cool. But if you want to insert some desperation, you can balance this like chest voice up into this mix and get some interesting effects. Like you know! Like you know you should! You can get that kind of stuff. I mean, that's really extreme, and that's not what we're going for here. But hearing the balancing of Michael's approach to generate different types of distortion, he does this extremely well in his later years, in like the Invincible era.
Like you know you should. I love the way you walk. Talk, baby, talk. Listen, listen. You look so great every time I see your face. You put me in a state.
A state of shock.
You put me. Ow!
A state of shock.
Come over here.
No, come over here. Ow!
So cool.
Talk to me.
State of shock.
So you can hear that, like, this is in a vocal track,
Talk to
hitting a chested, filing cabinet or something is what it sounds like.
Talk to me.
State of shock.
Ow!
Oh, what a cool. I love the dynamic of that little whoop.
Oh,
A state of shock.
you put me in a. Yeah. You know I really love you, baby. Woo!
Headphone bleed.
A state of shock. State of shock.
So there you hear Michael go into this posture. State of shock. State of shock. Right there. He's demonstrating this very different approach to the way he experiences his voice. And that creates the different sound. And this shows you that he can sort of blur the lines between the voice type we hear on the Mick tracks and Michael's, standard approach.
State of shock.
You know I really want you, mama.
Got me paralyzed.
You got me paralyzed.
You got me catatonic.
You got me catatonic, baby.
Got me supersonic.
You got me supersonic, baby.
I love all the intonation discrepancies that make it truly gangy.
Got me supersonic, baby.
Be fried.
You know I'm deep fried. Na 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 na
Very twangy, very nasal. Don't let anybody tell you you sound too nasal. Learn to be nasal and embrace it, and then learn to do other things that sound less nasal. Do both, because that brings out lots of different flavors and possibilities.
deep fried. Na 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 na.
So sassy, na 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 na. Wouldn't work any other way.
A state of shock.
Yeah, look what you done to me.
Look what you done to
So brilliant. The grooves and syncopations that happen with just the vocals. You can't help but make silly sounds with your own percussive voice when you hear this stuff. It just gets you in the groove. Soul.
A state of shock.
Oh, this section.
A state of shock.
You know I really want you, baby. Right on the edge of this breakup, and so soulful, so limited and capped, like at his limits, but not. That's what I love about a lot of these soulful approaches, and especially in the improv. It's like it sounds like they're pushing themselves to their limit, but they're not. They're actually relaxed into what they're doing.
A state of shock.
You know I really want you, boy.
Baby, just look at me. Look at me.
You got me in.
And you can just, you know that they're like listening back to the first takes that they recorded me, like, oh, I'm going to put a little thing in there. And, and then you create this like almost drum set out of vocals. The way the vocals syncopate next to each other and the ad-libs come in and pull your attention differently, rhythmically. Just.
Really want you, boy.
Baby, just look at me. Look at me.
The attentiveness to the upbeats is what I find just fascinating here.
You got me in.
You got me. You got me. You got me in a state of shock.
You
Look
got
at
me
that.
in.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Oh, look at me.
Okay. So fun to hear in this state. Sorry. I am running out of these Michael Jackson multi-track sessions. I've covered so many of them now on the channel that there just aren't many left. And this one, I waited a long time because I felt like it needed so much work until it was in a presentable way where things were relatively in sync. I really enjoy doing these. It's so fun to hear in these natural states and stripped down. So many nuances we don't get to hear any other way. And it does a lot for my creativity as a vocalist and as a teacher, because I pick up on what the best of the best do and work with others to help them be inspired and pull from this inspiration. And again, if you'd like help working with your own inspiration and figuring out what your voice can really do because of it, click that link below in the pinned comment or video description and join my free singing course. Help you pull things out of your voice you never knew were there. And be sure to check out all the other Michael Jackson multi-track analysis videos I've done here in this playlist.